Why hello YouTube! Greetings from the LazyEyebrowReviewer, and today for the first of what I'm calling Transformer Tuesday, let's start off with my most hated character from Season 1 of G1. It's RTS Bumblebee. Well, let's clarify. I don't so much hate this guy as much as I am just flat out sick of him. So yes, it's Bumblebee, modeled after what seems to be more of a Mini Cooper-ish type car, and less of a VW Beetle, which sucks in my opinion, but I suppose I'll get over it. Otherwise, he's alright for the most part. He's yellow, so step 1 is complete. He has 4 wheels, so there we go. There's another way he's like Bumblebee. I'd say he's a 2-seater, but the original VW Beetle was a 4-seater, believe it or not. But I will admit the addition of seat rests are pretty cool. Although why they look like racing seats is beyond me. Not to mention the racing stripes. What's up with that? It's like just because you give them racing features doesn't make them look cool. Exhibit A. Body kit and spoiler, bam! Does it make the Pontiac Sunfire any better? Nope, because you still know it's a junky car underneath all the flash. Exhibit B. Boring Pontiac Cobalt. Say hello to the Pontiac Cobawesome. Again, you know what's here. It's a Cobalt, and you will always be a cruddy old Cobalt devoid of anything cool no matter how much you hang cool stuff on it. Although to its credit, the spoiler can come off Bumblebee. The paint, on the other hand, I'm in the middle of taking off with rubbing alcohol. On that note, though, something tells me though that the stripes really were just Hasbro bayifying what was already out there because the original was just plain old yellow with a white bumper. But of course, he gets bayified because apparently everybody just loves those ridiculous movies. Yes, I'm still sour over these stupid headlights, so sue me. The other thing that gets me, though, is that even with all these sporty features to be, he gets a trailer. A trailer! You have a sporty-looking car, and he's hauling a trailer. Why a trailer? With a jet ski of all things. I mean, when I think Bumblebee, I think Robot Chicken nailed it perfectly.
I guess I'll be Bumblebee. It's cute and non-threatening.
So why would he have a jet ski? That's the last thing I think about when I think of Bumblebee. The first thing being, enough of that guy. I mean, it's bad enough that, of course, he was chosen lead by the end of Transformers Prime. For goodness sakes, what is up with the glorification of Bumblebee? He's not the main character. He's just another one on the Autobot team, and every writer treats him like he's the prodigy of Optimus. Well, at least they've been staying away from Hot Rod lately. All things considered, a trailer is better for a sports car than a sports Winnebago. So let's transform him. Remove the trailer, unpeg the doors, and rotate the legs up. Rotate the arms around on the wheel wells and fold the trailer hitch up, and then rotate the back end of the car around until it slots into the waist. Bring the roof of the car down and tab the neck into the chest. Then rotate the doors around. Peg them into place and move the arms down. Fold down the seats to make silver thighs and then split the feet apart. Finally, take his jet ski apart and tab it into his back. And here we have Bumblebee. And honestly, I have no idea what the designers were doing here with this figure. On the one hand, it is somewhat child-friendly. I know several parents who don't want their kids' toys to have weapons. But on the other hand, seriously Hasbro, you opted out for a gun for B so we can have a magical power of flight? What gives with that? And when could Bumblebee ever fly? The closest thing we ever came to any Autobot flying was Sideswipe's jetpack, which Sideswipe never even used. That was Optimus. Otherwise, it was Trax. So it honestly looks like they took the Trax idea and shoehorned it into B. But if the flight mode is unconvincing, it vaguely looks like speakers. So there we go, now we're ripping off Jazz. Thank goodness that there's a Masterpiece Edition coming out, because man, this is just so disappointing. Although one option you can do is give him a spare gun, and since I was trying to tighten my Trax joints and ended up wrecking them, I've decided to give B a gun, so he's not totally useless in the field. Speaking of that though, here's what I did to my Trax before I wrecked all the joints. These are the body panels for RTS Trax. That's all I have left of him. What I did was use the rubbing alcohol to remove the tribal flames because they were just pitiful and looked nothing like Trax. So with those removed, I mainly had a pure blue Corvette-ish looking vehicle. So I bought the Repro Labels G1 Trax kit and applied the original stickers on the roof, the rear window, the 2 sexy license plate on the back, and most importantly, placed the flame stickers on the hood of the car, and man, it is such a massive and much needed upgrade. Okay, I won't ever talk about this anymore. I just can't say enough how much this upgrade, or even the United Trax, has totally made me love this figure, as before he ranked about a meh in my book. So back to B. To be honest, I'm really not that crazy over this guy. Yeah, he's a little coupe and transforms somewhat similarly to the G1, and that really is a plus. But the lack of weapon and the Michael Bayification is some serious knocks to it. Not to mention he totally feels like they tried to cram everything into this figure and make it the be-all end-all of toys, with inspiration taken from what it seems of a VW Beetle, Track's flight mode, Jazz speakers, Prime's trailer, Bumblebee himself, you name it, it's all in here. Especially with that dorky flight mode. In fact, Jazz, if you would, thank you. I don't know. It really is a disappointment all around for me. Coupled with the fact that I just can't stand B. Articulation features a ball-jointed head that is rather adept at looking straight up. Arms on a ball joint, elbows on a ball joint, hips on a ball joint, knees on a hinge, and foot swivel. Pretty much everything has been well supplemented with ball joints, but the side effect of that is you can make him pose like he was in some horrible wreck. For size comparison, here's a Masterpiece figure, namely Sideswipe. And well, even for the Masterpiece line, this is in pretty good scale. And well, you saw him pose with Jazz earlier, so be happy with what you saw. So that's been my review of RTS Bumblebee, a figure I still can't stand, much less the character. And probably never will, and despite saying that, you'll definitely see an MP21 review whenever I get around to saving up for that. This has been the Lazy Eyebrow Reviewer.
I enjoy the music I've heard some of these Earth Cats play. I'll go by Jazz.